I'm here today with Major Maddox, the commander of our SRO unit, and Mr. Johnnie Stafford, the director of school safety and security for Henry County Schools. And we're here at Woodland High School following an isolated incident that occurred here on this campus on May 5th, 2023. We've concluded our investigation into this matter and taking this moment to provide details to our community. It was during class change between the periods of 6th and 7th that two students got into a physical altercation and one student brandished a pocket knife that resulted in a student injury. A teacher was immediately present and immediately put himself in between the two students. A second teacher immediately responded and pulled the students apart, and a third teacher immediately responded to contribute to the de-escalation of the situation. During the incident, the crisis alert system was activated by an employee, and it put the school into a hard lockdown and the neighboring schools into a soft lockdown. At this time, the student that was in possession of a weapon is facing criminal charges while law enforcement continues its investigation. Now, before I turn it over to Mr. Stafford, I just want to take a moment and applaud the extraordinary efforts of our teachers here at Woodland High School and around our district. During this class change, every single teacher was stationed at their door, supervising the hallway transition as we would expect. They responded immediately and in a commendable fashion, and because of their strong relationships with students, were able to mitigate the disruption that this incident caused. I'm going to turn it over to you, Mr. Stafford, to talk a little bit about our investments in school security.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. First, I'd like to remind the community that our board has made many investments for safety and security across our school district. Just to talk about some of the infrastructure, we have campus safety monitors, we have the buzzer system, we have the single point of entry, and we have additional cameras throughout our schools. I would like to also say that connectivity is a layer of security, and that connectivity comes from parents, your involvement, and your communication with your principal, with your teachers, and also with your students. A collaboration of all those things, Dr. Davis, makes our schools safer.
Well, thank you, Mr. Stafford. Major Maddox, can you talk a little bit about just how we do this together?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Davis. Parents, we need your help. The staff, the teachers, and the SROs, we can't do it alone. We have to have your input, and we have to have your help. Start off with talking to your students about what goes on at school and talk to them about what happens at home. Most of what we see here in the schools starts at home. Be mindful of your kids' social media, be mindful of who they're talking to, and be mindful of what they have in their possession. It is critical if they see something to say something. We have to work together as a team to keep our schools safe.
Thank you, Major Maddox. Now, as your superintendent, I want to be crystal clear. Weapons, physical altercation, and inappropriate objects are never permitted on our campuses. But it will be an even more powerful message if our entire community wrapped around this mission of keeping our kids safe together. We're asking you today to do three things. 1, check your child's phone. 2, check your child's personal belongings and never permit inappropriate items to be a part of their possession. And 3, say something. If you are aware of unresolved conflict, if you're aware of any concerns, please lift them up to a counselor, an administrator, or utilize our anonymous tip line. In a couple of weeks, Henry County Schools will be graduating more students than we ever have. We will be sending more students off to college, off to the workforce, and off to armed services, equipped with the knowledge and skills they need to be competitive. As we look to the last few weeks of this school year, let's finish strong. And let's take this moment to celebrate what we know is the brilliance, goodness, and decency of young people today.